Welcome, Aquarius, to our last mermaid reading. This is going to be for August 26th through September 1st. And then next week, we're going to have a whole new theme for the fall. But I have loved our little ocean mermaid theme for the summer. We're going to see what's coming up in the week ahead for our Aquarius sun, moon, and rising friends. We've got a new moon coming up on the end of the week also, so it'll be great to see what's coming up with that energy for you all. Here's your Monday, Tuesday, Aquarius, your Wednesday, Thursday, and your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And as always, at the end, I'm going to pull a spirit message for you from a different deck. And I will always have the deck info available for you in the description. For those of you who are really into the different cards like I am, I'll always have that for you. Aquarius, your Monday, Tuesday, you have elusive, okay? So elusive means I feel that some of you Aquarius, you're getting into this really... I'm feeling like this mood of like planning. I don't want to say plotting because plotting sounds like vicious or mean. And I don't feel that you have bad intentions for anybody, Aquarius. But I do feel that the energy around you guys in the coming week is you're getting really serious about what you want out of life. And you're starting to really go to this place in your mind where you're really getting clear about how you want to go about making it happen. As a result, even though I feel like a lot of you who are watching this video are pretty social, or like you're a pretty friendly person, or you like meeting people, but in the coming week, I feel like your energy, you're just kind of wanting to be alone. Like I just feel some of you, like even at work, like maybe you're just sitting there like in the break room having coffee or something, and somebody comes in, starts making small talk, and usually you'd be like completely until like you'd be down for it. But I just feel like you're in this energy where you're like, oh, I just don't want people talking to me. Like you're wanting to have alone time and you're wanting to have peace. You're wanting to have quiet. So I feel, Aquarius, some of you are finding yourselves kind of, like sneaking out of situations early, or trying to get in and get out without being seen, or just maybe you're not checking your phone as often. I just feel like a lot of you Aquariuses in the beginning of the week are in this energy where you want to be alone with your thoughts, because you have a lot that you're planning and a lot that you're thinking about. And those stars are jumping out at me in this card. Those of you who watch my readings, I read intuitively, and I invite you to do the same, to look at the pictures on the card, see what's jumping out at you, what that says to you. That's a really great way for you to connect personally with the cards as well. But the stars for me are a symbol of intuition, guidance, like messages, like the little breadcrumbs on the trail where like spirit's trying to guide you. So I feel like a lot of you Aquariuses in the beginning of the week, you are receiving messages, you are receiving guidance, and you're beginning to plan around that. You're beginning to plan these really big steps. I do feel some of you are also going to have a very, very deep longing to be around like trees and plants, and like to just be out in nature. So I do see some of you like trying to do what you can to like be outside, soak in a little bit of sun during the day when possible. Maybe like be near some trees, or go to the park, or sit near a tree or something. Some of you might be like moving, or being called, or being like pulled, like you're wanting to go hiking or something. As always, whatever you do, make sure you're safe. Make sure you're not going to like any like way out of the way places. Make sure you're going somewhere that's going to be safe for you to be. And maybe even though you are feeling elusive and you are feeling like you want to be alone, if you are going hiking, or if you are going to some place like that, maybe it's a good idea to have somebody with you so you're not by yourself. But I do feel like a lot of you are feeling this need to be in nature. You're feeling very inspired. I feel like you're preparing to create a lot of really big things in your life. Your Wednesday, Thursday card, Aquarius, is nurturing. So see, just like I said, you guys are creating some really big things in your life. And here we have this pregnant mermaid here, and that's definitely symbolic of giving birth or creation. and, you know, a new life, a sense of new life. Now, some of you, this could be in a very literal way where you're finding out you're pregnant, or you've been trying to have a baby and it's starting to move forward, or maybe some of you are sitting and talking with a partner and planning, planning having a family, or extending or growing your family if you already have kids. But I really feel that for the majority of you, for a lot of you, even though for some of you this will apply in a physical, literal way, like a baby, you know, coming into the world. But I feel that for a lot of you, this is going to be about you are learning to nourish your dream and your plan. Aquarius, I feel for whatever reason, for a lot of you, a lot happened for you with the Mercury retrograde and the full moon that we had in Aquarius. I feel like a lot of you just really, like, you feel like you got thrown for a loop. And I feel like a lot of you began thinking about the things that you feel like you've had to sacrifice, and it's felt very unfair to you. Like, how come I have to be the one to sacrifice all this stuff? Or how come, I have to put everything I want on the back burner? And so I feel like a lot of you are beginning to really, really begin to nurture or nourish some dream of yours that you've had to put on hold for a very long time, and you don't want to do it anymore. Like, it's becoming your plan, your dream, your baby, like some people will have a business or a project or something they're working on, and they'll say, like, this is my baby, right? So Aquarius, a lot of you, I feel like you're in that energy. You're beginning to realize what your baby is, and you're giving yourself permission to put that first, to nourish it and to protect it. I feel that for a lot of you, this idea or this dream has been something that you've tried to do in the past, but people have been very negative about it, or they've discouraged you, or they've told you it's stupid or it's too hard. But you see how, like, in this picture, the way that she is, like, holding her belly, like, I feel like you guys are just, like, in that protective thing where you're like, no, like, I'm protecting my baby, I'm protecting my dream, I'm gonna take care of it, I'm gonna really take really great care of it, I'm gonna watch it grow, I'm gonna watch it be successful and happy and healthy. So you're coming into this energy of protecting your dream. And again, that yellow is really jumping out at me, and yellow is the card of the solar plexus, which has to do with our self-identity. So I feel like a lot of you Aquarius, it's like this dream of yours, you feel like this is who I am, this is what I was meant to do. So you're coming into it with a lot of like confidence that you didn't have before. And maybe before people were telling you that you can't pull it off, or, oh, I can't see you doing that. And you're like, well, no, of course, of course I can pull it off. Of course I can see myself doing that. This is what I was meant for, or this is who I really am. So there's a lot of growth happening here in terms of identity and things like that. Your next card here is reflection. Okay? Now, this is, about thinking, just kind of like, analyzing where you've been, where you're at, where you want to go, like connecting with your higher self, all of that wonderful stuff. But for whatever reason, in this instance, Aquarius, this is jumping out at me in a very literal way, like literal reflection. You see how she's looking in the water and she's seeing herself, like looking back at her. And so for some of you, this will be in the sense or in the way of, like, who are you and what do you want? And, like, really kind of going in depth with yourself and with your feelings. But I feel for some of you, this is going to be reflection in a different way, in the sense of the mirror concept. So anybody who's on a spiritual path, and anybody who knows about how the spiritual path works, there's the whole concept of the mirror concept, which is when we see things about ourselves and other people that maybe we don't like about us, and it really might bother us or upset us. Or somebody will come and behave in a way that triggers us, that hurts our feelings or upsets us, or makes us feel, bad in some way, or makes us feel like we're hurting or aching in some way, because they're holding up a mirror to us. By their actions, by their behavior, they are showing a part of ourselves to us. They're holding up a mirror to us. So either we see something in them that we don't like about us that we want to change, or they behave in a way that shows us something we haven't healed that needs to be healed, right? Like, for example, say somebody, when you were growing up, like maybe there was an adult and they would get really upset or they'd get really stressed out and they'd be like, oh, like just stop talking or be quiet. Like, maybe like you were a kid and you were just like, ah. And so there might be somebody that might come into your life as an adult and they might be like, oh, you talk too much or something, right? And you get all hurt. You get like super hurt. And you're like, why am I so hurt by this person saying this? Or why do I feel so embarrassed? And if you think about it, you'll go back, you'll remember, oh, because when I was a kid, I felt bad. Like I'd be really excited. I want to talk about my day, but my parent or whoever, or older brother or sibling or whatever, like they'd have a headache and they just be like, be quiet, stop talking. And so it became this whole thing of like the inner child feeling like, you're being annoying, or nobody cares what you have to say, or nobody wants to hear you, or whatever it is, And so that person, by their behavior, held up a mirror for you to see where you're still hurt, okay? It's not happening to torment you, but it's happening so that you can see where that aching part is, and you can heal it, and you can release it so that it doesn't trigger you anymore. Other people won't trigger you anymore. And you can still be very loving and know that, hey, maybe that person behaved that way when I was a kid, but it doesn't mean I wasn't a lovable kid. It doesn't mean that I'm not a lovable person now. That was their problem. That was their issue. And I'm not going to feel bad about it. So it's that kind of energy there. Let's go ahead and take a look at your spirit message for the week. And we'll see what's coming up for our lovely Aquarius friends. And again, guys, I encourage you to watch your sun, moon, and rising. Though this is probably your sun sign for most of you. But watch your moon and your rising, because some weeks those are going to resonate with you more than others. Okay? And or it might add little tidbits of information for you. So the next card here that you have for your spirit message, you have Queen Amethyst. I hope I'm reading that correctly. Faith is an optimist that shows which way to flow. So you are like at this energy of where you're ready to make things happen. And in fact, when I'm looking at this card, it makes me feel like the Chariot card. It makes me think of the Chariot card in the tarot. And the Chariot card just asks you to pick a direction. Once you pick a direction, things will start moving. Your angels and guides will come up and start helping you make it happen. And again, I really feel like a lot of you have some situation here where you have people that might be discouraging you, and you feel like, okay, I'm going to be out on this goal or this dream or this mission on my own. I'm not getting a whole lot of support. I'm not getting a whole lot of people that are backing me. Now, I do feel like a lot of you are finally coming into the confidence and having the faith and believing in yourself to move forward, especially when that whole solar plexus message was coming up, that like belief in yourself, knowing who you are, knowing what you bring to the table. So you're like, I can do this, I've got this, and you're moving forward. I feel also, because again, like I said, I read intuitively, what's jumping out at me from this card is the seahorse. The seahorse is jumping out at me. And the seahorse is in some way kind of like, pulling this carriage along for her. It's this horse. So some of you are doing something, I feel, because you feel like you're paying homage, or you're honoring the memory of a father figure or a mentor who may have been like a father to you. Some of you may have a father who has passed on, who might be kind of coming in as like a guardian angel in the process and helping you and showing you little signs like they're with you along this way, but not for all of you. There might not be a father element for all of you, but that seahorse jumped out at me. So for some of you, I really do feel it's that way. And then way in the back, I feel like I see a little shark there, like way off in the distance. So I do feel that a lot of you are going to feel very protected in your idea, like, whatever it is, whether you feel like there's this father figure or guardian angel or not, you're feeling like your idea is safe. You're feeling like whatever haters might be out there, or whatever aggressive energy might be out there. Like you're so removing yourself from it. It's so far off from you that you're just like, you're not even hearing it. You're not taking in that negativity, and you're moving forward, right? And that white flowing, clothing is like that whole newness, just coming into something like this baptism into this new life. And so I really feel like, Aquarius, for some of you, this is something you've tried many times, but you've given up on yourself. And this time you're like, nope, I'm not giving up on me this time. I love myself enough to commit to myself and to make this happen, because I know this is really what I want, and I'm going to see it happen. I'm going to succeed at this. So I'm excited for you guys. Again, watch your moon and rising sign videos. Some weeks those may resonate with you more. And some of you might be like, hey, that's all great, Amethyst, but what about my love life? I do the love reading separately on this channel. The videos for August are already done, and they're linked in the description of this video. You can watch the love readings for August and see if they resonated with you or not. And then this weekend, I'm going to be posting the love videos for September. So if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do that, and you'll get a notice when all the love videos are up for the signs for September. I'm also going to do Cross Watchers again, because some of you seem to really be liking the Cross Watcher series also, and so those will be up soon. I thank you so much for watching, you guys. Thank you for liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. If you would like a private reading, go ahead and click on the Calendly link in the description, and you can go ahead and schedule a reading there. I'm wishing you all the very best.